Hi! Today I'm going to show you some tips for packing antisocial travel to avoid being drained by talkative types and take you along for the ride halfway across the country. I've traveled loads, it's usually intense, and when I was younger, I always ended up entertaining endless, often entirely one-sided conversations. Now I talk only when I want to, rare, or if I feel someone's energy would especially benefit from conversing with me, and they engage me first. Let's get into it and get out there, starting with packing some great books. Our travel bags take a lot of abuse. They go everywhere we go, but often don't get the shower on the other side. I've washed mine and I'm hanging them to dry. Of course, locking your bag is a good security measure when checked, but sometimes I like doing it for the bags that are carry-on anyway. This is my tarot travel case. If you get one, make sure it's big enough to accommodate your cards without fraying the edges when you pull them in and out. I prefer silk pillowcases for my hair and skin. This one's new and ready for use at my new location. These elastic ribbon-like hair ties are my favorite. I feel like they're the most gentle on my hair while being the most secure fit. After putting my hair in 2 or 6 braids, I'll put it underneath a hat, a hood, or something like this woven cap in order to hide my hair and conversation starters even more. If you're not flying by plane, stock up on all the healthiest snacks you can. This is the only kind of airport cuisine that I eat. This isn't a seat, but I can sit over here to avoid the hordes. You might find that a neighboring terminal is nearly desolate compared to your packed one, but if it's far enough away from boarding, you can go hang out there. I told my nephew I would try to, but I have no idea if I have a window seat on the next plane. I don't know why my tickets end up looking like this. This makes being incognito and antisocial so much easier. If you have snacks and don't want to talk, especially if you're on a bus, don't share because people will think that you're so nice for sharing with them that they'll start a conversation that won't end with you. I know it's kind of a must these days, but I really appreciate the airline having allergen-sensitive snacks and that I could eat these if I wanted to. You have to pick the perfect fruit cup with the right balance. This is maybe or maybe not the best thing for the walkway that I put my bag up here, but it is like a piece of furniture. It's so heavy and this is way easier. See, this is probably from people trying my bag trick. But look, it can still work for my purposes. Still easier. The space age. We've arrived at my destination, ironically, after the most social trip I've had in years. One of the best parts of travel is dropping your bags at the end. This was certainly one of my more grueling trips just because of everything I needed to do beforehand, but you can see I feel at home already. I met two nice young men and an older lady that were glowing, and it was really fun. I approached one of them myself at a restaurant, and I simply asked if he'd like company because I saw he was from the land of Alternia, journaling and had a frayed novel on the table. It felt kindred, and we jumped into conversation like instant friends. And so, if you're a talker, us antisocial travelers won't be bothered as long as you take social cues. I'm extremely adept at entering and exiting conversations now and don't appreciate anyone that's overly insistent for selfish reasons. I'm sure you can agree. Covered in oil, I've always been one for shock rock and value. So how could I pass up showing you my leopard spots from having heavy bags banging against my legs all day? And I want to thank you so much for making this trip even more exciting because I almost exclusively travel alone and you've been a wonderful companion as well. I hope you always get from A to B safely and that you enjoy the ride all the way through life.